Hey Winnacunnet, happy Friday.
The weekend is finally here.
What are you going to do this weekend, Amanda?
Not sure yet. Probably hang out. What about you?
Well, I'm definitely going to be sleeping in.
Same. You know Portsmouth gets to sleep in next year?
Portsmouth High School?
Yeah. Carter Havey and Lizzie Fuller did a story on it.
Let's see it.
One of the biggest challenges a high schooler faces is waking up for school. This is because the adolescent brain is still in heavy development. A teenager waking up at 7 a.m. is the equivalent of an adult waking up at 4 a.m. Because teenagers are waking up at such early times, their academic performances are often limited. One of our neighboring high schools has taken action towards this issue. Portsmouth High School is set to make the start time for the 2017-18 school year 8:25 a.m., 55 minutes later than their current schedule. This just sounded too good to be true, so my colleague Lizzie and I voyaged down to Clipper Nation to get the scoop on this proposed later start time. 5 members of the Junior Student Council weighed in on the later start time to be implemented next year.
I definitely think that there are ups and downs to it.
The academics and athletics are going to obviously be pushed back and we're going to go to sleep. We'll be falling asleep much later.
It will affect sports, and mostly because if there's an away game, we have to leave class earlier.
It's actually a good thing because a lot of the research on teens shows that they go to bed, they naturally want to go to bed later, and it's not about the quantity of sleep, it's about the quality of sleep.
I personally really enjoy this later start time because I cherish my sleep. Usually take naps during class, but I think that I'll get better sleep so I won't be as tired during class.
Though excited to not pass out next year in class, Lily Madden still saw disadvantages to this late and start time.
Yes, I play sports. That's the one part I don't like about it, is that my practices will probably be much later in the day. We have them at 5 or 6, so that's going to be pushed to 6 or 7, and then I won't get home until 8:30.
So what was the students' final conclusion?
I am not in favor of the later start time.
I'm in favor of the later start time.
No, I'm not in favor of the later start time.
I am decidedly in favor of the later start time.
I'm against it.
All 5 students had issues with sports and extracurricular activities being pushed back because of the start time. Principal Mary Lyons and Superintendent Steve Zederick believe they have the solutions to these problems.
You know, we're trying to look at minimizing that as much as possible. And the implementation of the task block at the high school, I think, will help also. Part of the high school's new schedule next year is to implement a 40-minute period within the school day when all students and staff are available. It's like a flex block.
Implementing a new starting time will not come without a price.
It will cost some money. We need roughly 3 extra buses to be able to pull it off, about $150,000.
Aside from everything else, the main reason to push back the start time is clear.
I think what prompted was the research that supports students, you know, at this age level do better when they are not fatigued and overtired.
What were Winnacunnet's thoughts about this later start time?
Some of the research does show that students are achieving better later in the day. I think it's going to be kind of a scheduling nightmare in terms of athletics and after-school activities, and we haven't really had that conversation yet. I think that if it's something that a school is to consider, it's something that needs to be considered by all of the stakeholders.
Well, Winnacunnet, despite the research, it doesn't seem like we're on pace to change the start time. So for now, try to get to bed earlier. This is Carter Havey for WHTV.
They're so lucky. Winnacunnet should have a later start too.
Actually, for us seniors and freshmen, we get to sleep in next week. On Wednesday of next week, which will be April 5th, the junior class will be taking SATs and the sophomore class will be taking the PSAT 10, which is the practice PSAT. For those of you testing, your testing room will be posted on papers by the front office with your name and the room number. All testing will take place in the upper and lower B wing. And that means for the rest of us not testing, we have a 2.5-hour delay. The bell schedule will be in the order of block 1, 2, 3, 5, 4, and then 6. Good luck to everyone testing. And good luck to you too, Taylor.
Thanks, Mandy.
Oile hiva.
What?
It means you're welcome in Finnish.
Oh, right. You're from Finland.
Yeah, but so is Eero.
Oh, yeah. Eero. Annal and Darren did a story on him.
Hi guys, my name is Eero Parmasuo, and I'm a student in Winnacunnet. I'm a junior. I'm an exchange student. This is awkward. I'm from Finland, and yeah. Well, there's the differences between America and Finland is that America is like so much bigger. Usually, like if I say something in Finland, that I can say that it's snowing in Finland, but if I say it's snowing in America, it's just dumb because in Texas it doesn't usually snow. When we graduate in Finland, we go for like these truck parades. So we like climb on top of trucks and then we throw candies. We have like prom in Finland, but like it's different because we have like 12 dances to learn in the prom. So you know, girls, I'm a pretty good dancer. If you need any prom day, just hit me up.
As Eero is only here for 1 year with his exchange program, getting to know everyone can be a struggle. We decided to see what kids in Winnacunnet knew about him, or where they knew him from.
So I had Project Adventure with Eero. Right off the bat, he was just a nice kid.
Finland is so small country. Basically no one knows where it is. It's between Russia and Sweden. So like I heard a lot of stupid questions.
I thought it was really cool that Eero decided to play hockey even though he had never played before, and he was a really great guy to have in the locker room, and he was a great teammate. He wasn't ever selfish, always thought about the team rather than himself.
One kid asked me like, how old are you? And I said like 18, and then he asked how old am I in America, which is why. Funny story, when I was applying to be an exchange student, that's why actually I wanted to go, because I live in kind of like a small town in Finland, and I want to see like a big city and like warm place, and then I end up in Northampton in New Hampshire, which is the smallest town I've ever been, and it's cold.
We've heard what our fellow students thought of Eero. Now let's see what the teachers think about him.
Eero in class, he's goofy but very fun to have in class. His language skills are good. It's funny reading his papers because it's still like the verbs are funny, but his attitude and how respectful he is shows through, and that he cares.
The school system is different. In here you guys have much more projects. In Finland we just listen to teachers and like do like our individual education.
No, I think his verbal skills are awesome and his listening skills are great. From what he turned in and what he talked about in class, he understood what was going on.
I can't speak America. No, I can't speak America.
For WHTV, this is Adel and Darren.
It must be so cool to see a whole different culture.
Yeah, I've always wanted to try living in a new place.
We have so many cool things here, you know?
Yeah, a big summer tradition here and lots of other places is eating ice cream.
Recently, Lagos Ice Cream reopened for the season. This is obviously important because they are one of the best ice cream places around, located in Rye, New Hampshire. They're open every day from 12 to 8 or 9. This year, they opened at their average time. However, our average temperatures these past few months have been far below the yearly average spring temperatures. This weekend, we're supposed to get 8 inches of snow. Anyways, I would definitely make a stop by or go to Stillwell's, which is open year-round.
Yum, ice cream.
It's so good.
Great to eat after lunch.
Yeah, our lunch block is during WHTV. We should get lunch sometime.
Yeah, I bet people don't even know what we do in WHTV.
Let's give them a peek in.
You know, Emily, making WHTV episodes are pretty hard. I wonder how many people know what really goes into making an episode.
I mean, we could go ask. All right.
A lot of thought process and asking questions and just doing a lot of research.
Bad puns. I imagine that there is kind of like, all right guys, like, we gotta do this. Like, let's all sit around, bounce around some ideas.
Harassing children at lunchtime.
They do, like, you know, pick some ideas out of a hat. I don't know. They just, you know, decide which ones are the best or the juiciest.
When there are no stories, so you email the entire student body to ask for suggestions.
Then they, like, you know, go around interview people. You know, like, it's not that complicated. It's WHTV, you know? Like, I mean, I'm blessed to have it in my life.
Since nobody had any idea what they were talking about, we decided to show you. A background where moving subjects are filmed and allows a separately filmed background to be added to the final image. The camera is used to film. The teleprompter projects a script, used to control the speed of the teleprompter, controls the lights throughout the studio, controls the camera angles, controls the volume of the audio, where we record voiceovers. Now that you know what the studio looks like, let's take a look at how to make an episode. The people on desk write the script and others can make any changes they would like. It's the producer's job to make sure that all stories and everything is done before we film on Wednesdays. On Wednesdays during B&C lunch, we film the show. We each have our own roles.
Where do you think you're going, baby?
Yo, Ferrantini, you have no respect in this class yet.
Had a reading enthusiast to gain access. What are you doing?
Some too, but we're good.
Now we're starting.
So we should have headphones.
Are there any more?
There.
After we film the show, all the reporters need to make sure that their stories are done. Creating a story starts with a 2-column script. We have to write out the script, and once that's done, we start filming. We interview, film B-roll, and film intros and outros. When that's completed, we edit it all together into the final product. Producers get all the stories and edit it all together. The final video is the episode. While all of this is being done, we are coming up with our next story ideas.
And now, let's take a look at Winnicunnet's top 5 plays of the week.
Wow, I sure hope I can be on there someday.
Good afternoon, Winnicunnet. This is week 2 of our top 5 plays segment.
And man, do we got some plays for you this week.
Fred, let's go check them out.
At number 5, Love Them or Hate Them, Napa Girls Can Really Dance, Fred.
I heard they took first place in their recent competition, Johnny.
Yes, girls who compete from Winnicunnet are Taylor Yealy, Abby Joyce, Zoe Cairns, Michaela O'Leary, and Hannah Kirby.
At number 4, we have John swimming on top of an alligator in Turks and Caicos. John, I've never seen you move this fast.
Fred, I've been called one of the greatest swimmers to ever come through Winnicunnet High School.
Maybe one day we will get to see you competing in the Olympics, John. With those long arms.
That's the plan, Fred. That's the plan. At the number 3 top play, we have Sophie Roby. She is a very athletic junior who can throw, run, and catch, but she can also jump rope.
John, I heard you went 2 hours straight without a break. What endurance.
At the number 2 top play of the week, we have Janice Arsenal versus Lisa Harris in an arm wrestling competition.
Fred, I heard Janice Arsenal has never arm wrestled in her life, but she did really good against Lisa Harris. At number 1 for our top play, we have Brian Reason's Yeaton in a classic hallway dash. Here the boys go. Brian Reason stops to tie his laces. Oh wow, look at that, he pulled a stunt on Viviano. Folks, this is going to be a photo finish, or Yeaton wins it by a hair.
John, they're both so athletic. Heard he's a great hockey goalie too.
Did you know he's a paramedic in the summer, Fred?
I hope you enjoyed this week's top 5 plays of the week.
Fred, they were amazing this week. Every week just keeps getting better and better.
I know, I can't wait for next week. We hope to see you again next week, Winnicunnet. Thank you.
Well, there you have it, Winnicunnet, the top 5 plays.
Those were sick.
So sick.
And if any of you guys are sick, rest up this weekend.
Yeah, I'm sick right now, Amanda, and hopefully this weekend I'll get better.
True. Have a great weekend, Winnacunnet.
Bye.